Welcome in, everybody. iRacing on the Dirt Racing Network. The Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series. Fairbury Speedway. Looking at about 32 cars checked in for this one tonight. These guys are going to get a little dirty here. A lot of familiar faces running around in this one if you're a regular viewer. Going to see a lot of guys that you'll recognize. A lot of guys from all the series. Got about 25 seconds until they get ready for qualifying. Get these guys in some 8-car heats. Looks like we're going to have at least 4 heat races tonight. They're racing for $40 to the winner, 20 for second place, and 10 for third. Be sure to give us a like, a share, and a follow, whether you're on one of the Facebook pages, YouTube, or Twitch. Appreciate seeing everybody. These guys getting ready to go to qualifying. Once they do that, everybody knows what we do here. We honor our wonderful nation.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
All right, qualifying winding up right here. Inside of 10 seconds right now. Tim Ryan, Tyler Schell, Braden Eiler, and Mason Hannigan going to be our 4 quick qualifiers. They'll have pole position for their heat races. We'll fill in the rest of the field behind them. End up with 34 drivers in the field. So 4 heats. Go down here and get a look at some of these drivers, trying to introduce you to them as they start to grid out for heat race number 1. On the pole, the number 98 of Tim Ryan, and to his outside, the over-the-wall photography number 21, going to be Shea Paulo. Row 2 on the inside. That is the Selzy look-alike car. That's a 71 of Mike Jensen. And on his outside, the long haul, number 95, that's a Team UDSRA machine, Dakota Kuhn behind the wheel. Row 3 on the inside, the number 19 of Blake DePent. Dipene, maybe? I'm not really sure how to say that. We'll find out before we get too far into this. In the countryside, Stove and Chimney number 01 of Kyle Stoltz starting in the 6th spot. Row 4 up on the inside, the War Racing number 4 of Steven Sittler. And to his outside, the 701 machine, and that is Cody Reinert. And on the back row, all by himself, in the Tucko Insurance number 2, Wade Lamar. Top 3 from each heat race going to transfer straight to our feature race tonight. Yes, Justin, it was joinable. If you were part of the league, you had to register for the league. We will get a good angle on the camera here to watch these guys. They're going to go green this time off of turn number 4. Remember, top 3 to the feature. Everybody else to the consolation races. We're going to take 20 and put them in our 60-lap feature tonight. All right, green flag in the air. Tim Ryan with a good jump on Shea Paulo. Paulo on the outside. Not sure if he saw him go or he was just a little bit late on the throttle. But Tim Ryan going to jump out into the front of this one. Paulo trying to hang on second. He was 3 wide. Had Kuhn and Jensen up on his inside. Kuhn was in the middle. Now Kuhn's cleared Jensen. He's into third. Trying to keep a transfer spot for the 95 machine. But on the high side, here comes Kyle Stoltz, the 01. And he's going to challenge Jensen for fourth. And if Dakota Kuhn's not real careful, Kuhn's going to have a challenge for third, running on that high side. This track very, very high side dominant, even from the beginning of the night. Kuhn was making it work. He got around Paulo, who got loose off a 4. So through 1 and 2, now Paulo having all kinds of company on his inside. He was 4 wide at the exit of turn 4. He is outside the transfer spots. He sits in fourth. Here comes Wade Lamar, the 2 car, working into the 5th spot, trying to get around Miles Jensen right there. But Tim Ryan having his way with these guys. He is way out in front, a full straightaway. They're going to have 2 laps to go this time down the front stretch. Kuhn sitting in second. Stoltz is in third. That's your transfer cars to the A main. And right now, Wade Lamar throws the slide job on Shea Paulo. Caution out. That is going to lock it down. It's going to be Ryan, Kuhn, and Stoltz to the A main. Everybody else. Consolations, I believe, Steve Sittler's car. Maybe he got into a little trouble back here. Little loose, and I believe iRacing still recognizes you being in that position, maybe. Doesn't recognize that your car is off the track, that you were trying to leave the track, so. Tim Ryan picks up the victory. Heat race number 1, Dakota Kuhn, Kyle Stoltz. Lamar and company going to our alphabet soup. Heat race 2 going to grid out on the front stretch for us here. On the pole, Tyler Shell, the 85 machine. The Motorsports Beat sponsored car right there. On his outside, Kevin Hanley, the Cadillac man in the 110. Row 2 on the inside, Ted Liette, the LNS Express, number 331. And on his outside, going to be the 14 car. That's a Weichert's machine. Nathan Brown behind the wheel there. And Garrett Pepiot, the 47 car. It's a good-looking car. Parabellum. And on his outside, UDSRA High Side Raceway number 19, Troy Wagman. Row 4 on the inside, the Shroot Farms number 20 of Nick Pizzini. And on his outside, the Top Gun Motorsports driver there in the 73, Nick McGathy. And on the back row by himself, the Dirt Division number 34 of Steven Fernberg. And 9 cars vying for the top 3 spots. They go straight to our feature race. Everybody else has to work their way through the alphabet soup tonight. We're going to go green off turn number 4. Heat race 2 about to get underway.
Green flag, green flag.
The green flag is out. Shell with a rocket shot off the bottom, and he grabbed the lead. Ted Liette timed it perfectly with him and came from the inside of row 2 to take second. Kevin Hanley now in a dogfight. He's trying to get second back. A little bit of a slider right there, and he's got it away from Liette. Ted Liette trying to work the crossover off turn 2. He's got the spot back. Leader getting away, and here comes McGathy up the inside. Caution in the heat race. Troy Wagaman's car seems to be off the pace here. I don't think that was the cause. There's our cause right there. Pizzini's car we saw in the background kind of just pirouette around and lay over. He got up on the left rear of somebody. So we'll take 2 cars and take them out of the field. Pizzini and Wagaman. And our running order will be Shell, Liette, Hanley, McGathy, Pepiot, Fernberg, Brown. The 7 cars remaining. Light should go off on the pace tracker right here. They do. We'll have a 2-lap shootout. Excuse me, 2 laps to finish this one up. Guys, appreciate everybody tuning in. If you're on Twitch or YouTube over there, say hi in the chat. I can see you.
Green flag, green flag.
But the green flag is out. 2 laps to go. Heat race number 2. Shell Liette. Now McGathey with the big slide job. Got around Hanley. He's in the final transfer spot right there. Hanley trying to work the bottom. Oh, car sideways. Pepiot was sideways. I think we're already on the final lap. They are going to race this one out. It's going to be Tyler Shell, Ted Liette, and Nick McGathey picking up the transfer spots. Kevin Hanley and company all going to the proverbial alphabet soup. Bring your bowl, bring your spoon, boys. We'll see if anybody can play alphabet soup bandit and work from the C all the way to the A tonight. So 2 down, 2 to go in heat race action. Third heat race starting to grid out on the front stretch. We'll roll through. Hello, Cherry Mustard. Yeah, I didn't see your name on the list. I was curious what happened to you. On the pole, the Border Tire Kinzer Sim Racing, number 5 of the High Side Hustler. That's Braden Eiler. And on his outside, and the number 15 Mohawk Wicked Cushion sponsored sprint car. That'll be Michael Sheridan. The 292 on the inside of row number 3. Brown's Paint and Body Machine. Peyton Grease behind the wheel of that. And on his outside, Brendan Perigo. Or Brett Perigo, excuse me. Brett Perigo in the 29 car. Row 3 on the inside. The Muddy sponsor number 26. That is Caden Talbert. And to his outside, SteelCycles.com. Number 5 of Brandon Steele. On the inside of row number 4, the Keller Focus. Number 181, Brett Hobson. And to his outside, that's the CBR number 24 of Brian Parr. These guys getting ready to go green off of turn number 4. Top 3 to the feature. Everybody else to the soup. 8 more times around. Heat race number 3. Green flag in the air. And Eiler with a scant lead over Sheridan. These two might have a pretty good battle. Both very solid drivers. Both know where to put the car to try to find the grip. Right now, lap 1 goes to Eiler, but Sheridan, all kinds of pressure. And here comes, oh, no caution as of getting, now there's our caution. That started to get stacked up in the back. I saw Brandon Steele get in the middle of that thing. He went down in the corner. He was trying to follow Grease through there. Got into Perigo just a little, got into him again, and then here comes Talbert. Both those guys off pace, and he really didn't have anywhere to go, so he's going to finish spinning him around. I think Brett Hobson got a piece of that, and he ended up the car that iRacing actually might have tossed the caution out for there. So right now it's Eiler, Sheridan, Grease, Perigo, Steele, Hobson, Talbert, and Brian Parr. In this one, they might be moving Talbert to the back. Race control moving the 26 car to the back. And they're going to have a 3-lap shootout to finish this one up. Eiler off the point. Going to bring us back to green right here. Sheridan right on the push bar when he got started. But Eiler able to squirt away by about a car and a half heading into turn 1. They'll have 2 to go when they come off turn 4 this time. Short track. Sub 12-second laps right here. Getting around the place pretty quick. It's still Eiler, Sheridan, and Grease holding down those transfer spots. Peyton Grease able to run the bottom here, making it work. Holding off Brandon Steele and Brett Perigo. White flag in the air. Perigo got up there, got him a little sideways. Does that open the door for Steele? No, it does not. It's going to be Eiler picking up the win. Sheridan second. And Peyton Grease with our final direct transfer spot. Everybody else we'll see in the consolation races here shortly. Good finish to that one. Final heat race going to grid out on the front stretch for us here. On the pole in the Dirt Armada number 22 is the Little Hurricane, Mason Hannigan, and 2 is outside. The Ultimate Dirt TV, Dirty Dick's Racewear, Black Diamond Motorsports number 91 of Ernie Williams. Row 2 on the inside, Nick Gray, a 55 machine on his outside. That's another one of those pretty sharp-looking blue and yellow cars. The Parabellum Motorsports team, that's Ty Williams in that car. Top Gun Motorsports driver 15, Carter Chevalier, on the inside of row 3, and on his outside in the Coors Light number 9, going to be Zach Hollinger. Row 4 on the inside, War Racing number 53 of Justin Verhey, and on his outside, 19 Designs, Fat Heads Eyewear, Tony Stewart Sim Racing, number 15, of Nelson Webster. So the pace truck headed in a final heat race. Getting down to the end of it here, and here comes Hannigan, green flag in the air. Williams tried to time it, may have had to lift his foot off the throttle right there, and there is a car upside down, but no caution yet. He's going to ride it down maybe off the wall and keep it going. I know Nelson Webster caught a piece of that.
All right, man, caution is out.
Now, caution on the speedway. We'll go back and watch this start. Ty Williams, the 27 car in, got a little bit of a bump from the 9, kind of lost his momentum, and Nelson Webster in behind him. Really didn't have anywhere to go. 27 car stopped on the back stretch. I think that car might be hurt pretty good. Looks like he's taking it into the infield there. All right, it's going to be Hannigan. That's not even close to right. That thing's way... Oh, there it is. Hannigan, Williams, Gray, Hollinger, Chevalier, Verhey, Webster, and Williams. They're going to go back to green with 4 to go, so right at the halfway point.
Green flag, green flag.
Another good restart for Hannigan. Ernie Williams fighting hard on the top side. Is he going to have the lead off of turn number 2? Put the 91 car on the point. Mason Hannigan back to second. Nick Gray trying to close in on that. Big contact behind Hollinger and Chevalier were both in that. Hollinger's car to the infield right now. 1.5 to go. Williams finds the outside wall down the backstretch. He's still going to see the white flag out in front of Hannigan and Gray. Those 3 have broken away from everybody else. And as long as they can keep the rough side down, it's going to be Williams picking up the heat race win. Hannigan second, and Gray going to come home with the final transfer spot. Webster and company. Alphabet soup time, boys. We will see you in just a moment. All right, heat races in the book. C-Main. Going to start gridding out. Top 4 from the C-Main. Going to move to the back of the V. And we're going to take 8 cars out of that B-Main. Move them into our feature race. Brett Perigo going to be on the pole with Justin Verhey beside him. Blake Depanet, 3rd. Starting 4th, Garrett Pepiot. 5th is going to be Brian Parr. 6th, Zach Hollinger. Cody Reinhardt's going to start in the 7th spot. Nick Pizzini in 8th. Caden Talbert will start 9th in the C-Main. On his outside, going to be the 27 car. That's Ty Williams. And on the back row, Steve Sittler and Troy Wagaman. So 12 cars starting. 4 are going to move on. Start eliminating cars here. We'll whittle the 34-car field all the way down to 20. And put them out there for a total of 60 laps. Caution laps will count in that feature race. So 60 will be on the board. How many green they get, it's going to be up to the drivers tonight. But the green flag is going to drop right here off turn number 4. C-Main about to get underway. Perigo and Verhey off the front row. Green flag in the air. Oh, car sideways back to back of the pack. Not Deponet's car.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
And caution. Troy Wagaman looks like he had a piece of this. Let's go see what happened to Troy here. Caden Talbot was a little sideways on the start, but he's able to recover from that. Brian Parr's car got upside down. He hit the tires, and that may be what caused that big pileup that you saw right there. Sittler, Wagaman, Williams, several of these guys in it. We'll let them cycle through timing and scoring when they get single file, and that'll give us our top 10 here. It looks like Perigo, Verhey, Dipponet, Pepiot, Hollinger, Pizzini, Talbot, Reinhardt, Williams, and Wagaman right now. Sittler and Parr's cars in the infield, and the green flag is back out. 8 laps to go. Still in the C main here. Track starting to show some slick spots. Some of these guys maybe got the car just a little too loose. Maybe got just a little too much fuel in it.
All right, man. Caution is out.
Caution one more time. Ty Williams maybe in this one. Was running around Reinert right there, and Reinert's car gets, Cody Reinert's car got a little bit out of shape, and didn't really leave Ty Williams too many places to go right there. So a war of attrition in the C main right now. I think we're going to be down to 8 cars. Perigo, Verhey, Pepiot, Deponet, Hollinger, Pizzini, Talbot, and Troy Wagaman will be the last car still on track. Still looking for top 4 out of this. Have about a 3-lap shootout when they get the green flag back. Oh, Mr. Zarfus. Guys, don't forget you're over there on Twitch or on YouTube. Say hi. We can see you. Likes, shares, and follows, guys. Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series tonight. These guys racing 40 for the winner, 20 for second, and 10 for third. Green flag back in the air. 3 laps to go. Perigo still pacing the field right now. Verhey trying to stay second. Way out of shape in turn 2, and he's going to give up a spot. Might give up 2. Deponet went right around him, and then Hollinger went around Deponet. Those two getting hooked up into the fence. Everybody's still going forward. Cars damaged all over the place right now. Brett Perigo just getting away from everybody. Garrett Pepiot moving into a transfer spot. Zach Hollinger and Troy Wagaman from 8th to 4th there in 2 laps. White flag off of turn 4. Perigo is going to pick up the C main win. Garrett Pepiot, Zach Hollinger, and Troy Wagaman going with him into the B main. Everybody else, well, they're done for the evening. We'll wait to see them Friday night. Don't forget these guys back here on the Dirt Racing Network again Friday night. Makeup race for last Wednesday. All right, C main in the books. B main about to grid out here. 14 cars. We're taking 8 and moving them into the A main. This is a pretty stacked B main right here too. Those of you who are regular viewers of the Dirt Racing Network are going to see a lot of names that you are going to recognize. On the pole, Wade Lamar, the 2 car. The Cadillac man, Kevin Hanley, going to start on his outside, the 110. Brandon Steele inside of row 2 in the 5 car. Nelson Webster, the 15 on the outside of him. Row 3, the 21 of Shea Paulo. Nathan Brown on the outside of that row. Brent Hobson, the 181, inside row 4, and Carter Chevalier on the outside of that row. Row 5 is going to be Mike Jensen and Steve Fernberg. Row 6 will be Brett Perigo from the C main. Garrett Pepiot with him. Zach Hollinger inside the final row, and Troy Wagaman, the last of our transfer cars from the C main. So this is a pretty stacked B main. A lot of guys just missing the mark. A bunch of 4th place finishers here. Those first 4 all finished 4th in their heat races. And when you put Lamar, Hanley, Steele, and Webster in the B main, the guys in the feature are going to be pretty stout. Computer that can meet the minimum specs, wheel and pedal set, 2 or 3 monitors, and I recommend a headset for your sound, but you should be set to go. That and a subscription to iRacing. B-Main under the green flag. Top 8 get a transfer to the A. Everybody else going to be done for the night. And already car into the fence. That's Nathan Brown up there. He's going to get it righted. He's going to be able to continue, but he's going to fall way back in the field. Back to about 8th here. All right, now Wade Lamar and Nelson Webster, the TSR teammates, running 1-2. 1 on the bottom, 1 on the top. Behind them, Brandon Steele has worked his way into 3rd. But he's got the Cadillac man, Kevin Hanley, all over and running up on the inside right there. Keep Hanley in 4th. Chevalier now around the high side. Is he going to be able to take 4th away from Hanley? A 110 car battling the 15. 110 on the inside, the black car. He loses the spot. And now Shea Paulo, the 21. He's going to work his way around the top. Cadillac man moving backwards. It's still Wade Lamar way out here with Nelson Webster. Oh, and Shea Paulo
All right, man, caution is out.
might have caught a little fence, and that might have got Carter Chevalier into a bit of trouble with him. Let's go see what happened to those two. Chevalier a little sideways, and around the top side, Paulo. Oh, no, it wasn't. It was Brandon Steele and Carter Chevalier. I just saw that orange and white car kind of in the middle of that, and I thought maybe Shea got a piece of that, but it was Brandon Steele and Carter Chevalier. So we'll wait for everybody to cycle out, get past timing and scoring one more time. We'll show you the top 10. Timothy, it's a simulation. The guys really drive the cars, so it's kind of like a video game, but it is about as close as you can get without actually getting in the car to racing. It's you can do all kinds of adjustments to the cars, and you drive from the cockpit. You can't do that above the car video game type view to race. It's pretty intense. If you got a good race rig, you can get full motion. It moves everything around. It is a lot of fun. All right, set the top 10 for you right now. Wade Lamar, Nelson Webster, Shea Paulo, Kevin Hanley, Miles Jensen, your top 5. Hobson, Steele, Pepiot, Perigo, and Fernberg rounding out the top 10. Remember, top 8 moving on. We are going to have 5 to go right here in the B main.
Green, green, green.
And the green flag is back over the field. Wade Lamar, Nelson Webster brought us to it, the two Tony Stewart Racing teammates. Shea Paulo now hanging on in 3rd. He's close to these guys right here. Good battle shaping up for the 4th spot. Kevin Hanley, Miles Jensen. Those two battling for 4th and 5th. 3 to go this time by. Still Lamar, Webster, and Paulo, the top 3. And a caution on the speedway. All right, Brendan Steele's car barely getting away back here. Oh, he and Hollinger are going to get together. Both get turned around. That's what brought out our caution. And that's why Brendan Steele barely got away in front of the leaders right there. So going to be a tough night for the Steele man. Not going to transfer through. Looks like Lamar, Webster, Paulo, Jensen, Hanley, Pepiot, Hobson, and Wagaman. Troy Wagaman from the C-Main. From the back of the C-Main even. Looks like he's going to play Alphabet Bandit tonight and go CBA. Have a shot at that $40. Well, thanks for joining us, Tony. Guys, if you're not in iRacing and you want to get in, you've got all the equipment. Reach out to us here through a private message at the Dirt Racing Network. We'll get you hooked up with a 3-month free subscription to the service. It's all the basic content, so you can at least get a feel for what it is, but we'll be happy to send you a free code for it. These guys are going to have a couple of minutes of warm-up here, about 3. Figure out where they want to go over the track. Going to do a little bit more driving on it, see if they can work it into a little bit slicker surface. Starts to open the track up just a little bit. We're going to remind everybody that tomorrow night, Thursday Thunder with the Dirt Slingers, presented by Tim's Dirt Track Simulators, 8 o'clock Eastern. They'll be right back here at Fairbury. 30-lap feature on tap for those guys. We'll be right back again on Friday night. This group, Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series, they're going to be at Lima Land, 9 o'clock Eastern. So plenty of racing for you. If you tuned in on Monday, you're here tonight. You'll be able to get 4 nights in this week. Things start to cool down. We're going to start adding some more series. We've had some contact from some groups that would like to have some coverage. You guys are going to see some more. We're hoping to put some late models and some ump cars in here pretty quick. But the big series is on Monday nights. The Dirt Slingers Wicked Energy Gum 410 Pro Series. Those guys pay an entry fee. They race for a pile of cash. Last season, they paid out nearly $3,400 to the drivers. But that's the big boys. That's the big cars, the 410s. They start at 9 Eastern on Mondays. By the end of the weekend, we'll have a current schedule up for broadcast times and what series they are for you guys. Likes, shares, and follows, people. Nearing the 6,000 followers mark. Going to make an announcement probably tomorrow. We've already done it on the Dirt Slingers Racing League page and on those drivers' private page about some items that we're going to have up for sale for DSRL and the Dirt Racing Network. Got some hot cold cups that are engraved and embossed with both logos, DRN and DSRL. So we'll get some pictures of those up for everybody. If you're interested in purchasing one, we'll give you the instructions in the post. Help support Dirt Racing Network and Dirt Slingers Racing League. But right now, Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series A feature. We're about 15 seconds away from gridding out the cars. 20 guys, 60 total laps. $40 to the winner, 20 to second, and 10 to third. First time this series has been to Fairbury. Pretty good show so far. All right, it is feature time. You guys are going to start getting lined up on the front stretch, and I am going to run down a starting grid as quickly as I can. The 98 car, Tim Ryan on the pole, Tyler Schell on his outside. Row 2 going to be the high side hustler, Braden Eiler and Ernie Williams on the outside of that row. Dakota Kuhn inside of row 3 with Ted Liette on his outside. Michael Sheridan inside row 4 with Mason Hannigan, the Little Hurricane, outside of that row. Row 5 going to be Kyle Stoltz and Nick McGasey. Peyton Grease inside of row number 6 with Nick Gray on his outside. Wade Lamar from the B-Main inside of row number 7 with Nelson Webster on his outside. Shea Paulo inside of row 8, Miles Jensen to his outside. The Cadillac Man, Kevin Hanley inside of row number 9 with Garrett Pepiot on the outside of that row. And in the back row on the inside, Brett Hobson, and on his outside, Troy Wagaman. So that's your 20-car starting field. 60 total laps. Caution laps are going to count. We'll put 3 guys on the front stretch. Interview them if they will join us in the TeamSpeak server. All right, the lights off on the pace truck. He is going to duck off here on the backstretch. Orion and Shell going to bring us to the green out of turn number 4. On the throttle, green flag in the air. Nice even start, man. Did Tyler Shell time that perfect, and the door gets slammed on him in turn 2, and that causes a stack up behind him. And I don't know who was in that. Oh, it looks like Hobson and Dakota Kuhn, maybe. Well, maybe not. That was already happening from me. It was Wade Lamar and Kyle Stoltz somehow getting together there. And I don't know if they started side by side or not. But we'll have just a second to go find out. Oh, Dakota Kuhn got sideways, and that stacked everything up, and that's how those two cars came together, Lamar and Stoltz. Dakota Kuhn's car was sideways there in 1 and 2 on the start. So they'll sort this out. They'll get single file here. Ryan, Williams, Shell, Eiler, Liette, Hannigan, Sheridan, McGeethy, Grease, and Gray, the top 10. Plenty of laps left in this one. Ernie Williams, the sniper right there. Get up there on the top side and see if he can't pick off Tim Ryan. He's guiding around Tyler Shell. Right behind them, the high side hustler, Braden Eiler, working that 5 car up against the rim. Mason Hannigan made the outside work to take a spot away from Ted Liette. Oh, and then contact just a little bit between he and Liette. The car gets sideways. Hannigan grabbed it back up underneath him, but that let Liette back around the top side. Now Hannigan's in a battle. Got Nick McGeethy on the high side. McGeethy's got the momentum, and he's got the spot away. Move Hannigan back to 8th as here comes Nelson Webster around the top side too. 2 spots back in cars. Backwards again back here in turns 1 and 2. This might have happened in front of Dakota here. Well, it did. Garrett Pepiot was backwards. Not sure if Garrett had help or not. No, just got her in there a little hot, and then he got a little help. Kyle Stoltz with the finishing move. So a couple of cautions early in this one. It's still Ryan, Williams, Shell, Eiler, and Liette, the top 5. Single file line, they'll be stretching halfway around this track. They'll be ready to go green the next time off of turn number 4. Lights are already off on the pace truck. He's going to be ducking in on the backstretch here. Driver searching around to find any place that they can get a little bit of a launch. Find some grip in the track.
Green flag,
green flag. Back in the air, Ryan, Williams, and Shell. And those 3, a little bit of a gap back to Eiler. Eiler went to the bottom, something you don't see from the 5 car very often. But he did drop down on the inside 1 and 2 to see what was going on down there. Doesn't like it. Goes back to the top side. Ted Liette, Nick McGeethy were side by side for just a second in 1 and 2. Now Nelson Webster's trying to work over that push bar on the back of the 73 machine. McGeethy slider line. Has to almost stop the car to get it straight down the backstretch. Oh, Nelson Webster finds the fence. That car upside down and back into traffic. Go and take a look at what happened to Nelson Webster. Oh, he's already well into it. Hot into the next set of corners right up here. Trying to get that momentum and get around McGeethy. If McGeethy got loose again in the right rear, jumps the cushion. Up and into the fence he goes. Lands right in front of Michael Sheridan right there. Ryan Williams, Shell, Eiler, Liette still the top 5. McGeethy, Hannigan, Apollo, Grease, and Sheridan your top 10. Still 18 cars on the track. Nelson Webster with that tumble, a retiree, and Miles Jensen early. Green flag back in the kind of a hicky-gicky start right there. Looked like Tim Ryan started to go, changed his mind, and Ernie Williams had already committed, had to check up. And that kind of separates those two from the field. Williams finds the wall through 1 and 2, or 3 and 4 that time, excuse me. And he's got Tyler Shell right on top of him. Ryan has gotten away from these guys. So Williams, Shell, and Eiler battling second, third, and fourth. Braden Eiler, the orange car, on the back. Faithful to riding at the top until I say something about it. Then he goes to the bottom. Williams had a little bit more trouble up on the top side of 3 and 4, and Shell took a peek to the inside but couldn't make a pass. So keep Tyler Shell in third. Back here in fifth, Nick McGeethy is now taking that 73 machine up to the top side. He is trying to make up some distance on these guys. Shea Paulo working the top side of the track has worked into 6th. Hannigan 7th. Liette back to 8th. Restarted 5th. Peyton Grease is 9th. Nick Gray is 10th. But Tim Ryan starting to ease away from Ernie Williams. 98 car going to start working traffic shortly here. You can see where he's at and where the traffic in front of him. It's on the same straightaway with him now. Won't be long and that 98 car is going to get into heavy traffic. It's going to be Brent Hobson, then Dakota Kuhn right in front of him. The first 2 cars. If it slows him up much, you'll see Williams and Shell start to close in. All right, now Ernie Williams doing everything he can, and the break comes for the guys about to be lapped. The Cadillac man, Kevin Hanley, backwards here. See what happened to Kevin right there on the top side. Oh, Liette caught a little fence. Stoltz caught him. Hanley caught that. Michael Sheridan a piece of it. That'll relegate the 110 machine to being a lap down and at the back of the field. Just about to be halfway in this one. The next time by as the field is going to catch up. Maybe Hanley's going to get to stay on that lead lap. Lucky break for him. They're going to keep him in front of the pace truck. It'll be Ryan Williams, Shell, Eiler, and McGeethy, the top 5. Paulo, Hannigan, Grease, Stoltz, and Wagaman, your top 10. 17 cars on track. Dakota Kuhn has retired. Michael Sheridan looks like he has retired, so make it 16. Kevin Hanley, the last of those. All right, pace truck headed to the infield, going back to green. 29 laps still on the board.
Green, green, green.
Good jump. Tim Ryan again puts 3 or 4 car lengths between himself and Ernie Williams. Williams still being hounded. That push bar getting the chrome rubbed off of it by Tyler Shell. Shell able to do everything but pass Williams. Just can't find the run where he wants to get frisky and get after him. McGeethy tried a slider on Eiler. Didn't work. Couldn't make it stick. Lost him a few feet. Now McGeethy in danger of losing the 5th spot to Shea Paulo, who's going right through the center of the track. He's got Mason Hannigan, who was working off the bottom right there. Those guys running 5th, 6th, and 7th. Tim Ryan about 5 car lengths, 6 car lengths out in front of Ernie Williams, who is still hanging on to 2nd. He clipped the wall a little going into turn 1 there, just grinding the bead bolts off of it. Trying to ride that cushion. It is such a narrow and just slick. It really is slick up there, and it's so narrow. You miss it just a little bit. The right rear is probably going to hop over, and if it catches the wall, it's going to pull you right in. And coming down to 20 to go. Couple of laps here. Good green flag run starting to shape up here. These guys are getting spread out, single file. Not a whole lot of side-by-side going on. Trying to watch different spots back here through the field. Garrett Pepiot has taken his car in. Kevin Hanley in. Kyle Stoltz and Brent Hobson all in the infield. Wade Lamar getting away from things a little slow here. Let's see if... Yep, Wade and Peyton Grease were in this together here. These two look like they were battling pretty good. Grease was trying to stay on the bottom. So was Lamar. Got close there off of turn 2. Down in turn 3, Grease left the door open a little, tried to close it late. And that got Wade Lamar into the tire barrier. So down to a dozen inside, 20 laps to go in this one. Still Tim Ryan on the point. Ernie Williams running second. Tyler Schell third. Braden Eiler fourth. Nick McGathey in fifth. Shea Paulo. Troy Wagaman in seventh. Eighth, going to be Mason Hannigan. Peyton Grease in ninth. And Nick Gary in 10th. Ted Liette and Wade Lamar rounding out the field. I think Kevin Hanley is out here a lap down. Last of the running cars on track. Maybe Brett Hobson half a dozen laps down. But the green flag about to fall one more time. 17 laps to go. A little closer start that time for Williams. Trying to see if he can put some pressure on Tim Ryan. Make Tim Ryan force him into a mistake there or something. Tim Ryan easing away from the field. Williams with a couple of problems, and that's going to open the door for Tyler Schell for the slide job in 1 and 2. Schell on the high side. Williams now comes back with the slider. Caution. And that may lock those two back into second and third. Don't know. Peyton Grease. Peyton Grease was backwards there off of turn number 2, it looks like. Caught a little bit of the tires there on the bottom, lift the front wheels off, down the back stretch and on turn 4. Once again, he and Wade Lamar, he keeps leaving that bottom open just enough, and Lamar's got a good enough run. He keeps putting the nose of that car down in there. Keeps getting the door shut on him. Appreciate everybody tuning in, guys. Thanks for being here. Getting down. Going to have about 10 to go when we get the green. If we can get the top 3 in, we'll interview them after the race. They're 40 for first, 20 for second, 10 for third. No entry fee for this one. Don't forget tomorrow night, Dirt Slingers Thursday Thunder. Mike Peterson back in the booth with you guys. Going to have one more lap here. Maybe this is it right here. Maybe they're going green the next time. Looks like the pace truck lights are off. Going to head to the infield. And don't forget Friday night, Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series back at Lima Land. Makeup race for last Wednesday's rain out. Both of those at 9 Eastern.
Green, green, green.
Green flag. Back in the air. 11 laps. Make it 10. 10 to go. Ernie Williams sideways off of turn 2, and Schell had to give him a little push. Braden Eiler goes 2 for 1 with the slide job. Can he hang on to either spot? Down into 1 and 2 again. Eiler and Schell going at it. Eiler's got it. The high side hustler able to make that 2 for 1 stick, and he went from 4th to 2nd when Williams got out of shape. Oh, Tyler Schell hard lick into the outside wall. Can he hang on to third? Here comes Nick McGathey. McGathey down the inside. Slider line on the exit. Tried to shut the door on Schell. Couldn't get it done. Tim Ryan driving away almost a full set of corners ahead of these guys. Braden Eiler sits in second. Now Tyler Shell back to third. Ernie Williams is in fourth. And Williams goes into the fence just a little bit in 1 and 2. 5 to go this time by for Tim Ryan. High side hustler Braden Eiler still in second. Tyler Shell, the green and black car on the screen right there. He's running in third. Right now, Tim Ryan absolutely annihilating these guys. 4 to go this time off turn number 4. 3 to go this time. Now he's in 3 and 4. 3 to go that time. Just keeps extending the lead. Now it's the full straightaway. He's catching a car here at the back. Brent Hobson getting run down. And you can hear the 98 car working the throttle. 2 to go that time by. Eiler still second. Shell third. Williams fourth. Tim Ryan, white flag that time by. One more time around, and he is going to ease it down. Not run on the top side. Saving a little bit of fuel. It's going to be Tim Ryan picking up the victory. Braden Eiler second. Tyler Shell coming home third. Ernie Williams, Nick McGathy, Mason Hannigan, Wade Lamar, Troy Weigeman, Nick Gray, and Peyton Grease are rounding out that top 10. There's how they finished. Tim Ryan a second and a half ahead, and he slowed way down those last couple of laps. Waiting to see if any of these guys are going to make it in for the interviews. Braden Eiler probably make it in. He likes to get his interviews in. Tyler Shell probably dropping by. Let those guys sit right there. First and second. Tyler Shell took his car straight into the pits. We'll see if he makes it in. I know Braden Eiler's here. Tyler Shell is here. All right. Let's get Tyler in here and chat with him. We don't have an image of his car, but even without an image of a car, we can talk to him. Tyler Shell, you got a copy?
Yep.
All right, man. A hard-fought battle there between you and Ernie Williams. Talk to us about the battle. Talk to us about that race and your third-place finisher.
First of all, I got destroyed in the start, so we'll put that out there. So, I should have been second instead of third, and then I got a couple tries at Ernie, and then the caution saved him a couple times, and then he screwed up. And it's a good battle. He just screwed up, and Braden capitalized on it. And he picked up a third-place finish, which I'm not mad about. I'm just frustrated about the start.
Yeah, it seemed like a couple of times that they were kind of herky-jerky and weird things were going on, but one lane, really, around this place if you want to be fast. It's just kind of what it looked like from up here.
Yeah, that's how the bull rings are. You'll probably see a similar thing. Maybe at Lima Land you'll have a line around the tires, but other than that, when these tracks slicks off, these bull rings just keep your momentum around the top.
All right, man. Will you pick up the $10 for third tonight? Got some sponsors you want to give a shout-out to? We'll let you get to celebrating, bud.
Yep, I'd like to thank you for broadcasting, Brody, putting this on, and then the team, I was up Simsport, and then sponsors, EU TV, Jessup's Logistics, Hergot Real Estate Company, Motorsports Beat, and Over the Wall Photographs, and BSR. All
right, man. Thanks for chatting with us. Hopefully we see you, on at least on the podiums, if not in Victory Lane tomorrow night at Thursday Thunder.
Yep, I'll be there.
All right, man. Thanks. Third place finisher, Tyler Shell. Let's get second place in here.
Like getting ready to.
That's Mr. Eiler. You got a copy?
Yeah, I do.
All right, man. Well, second place, you took advantage of a mistake in front of you there. Went 2 for 1 on the slider, but talk to us about the progression of that race and the second step finish tonight.
Well, I was hoping the track would have been a little bit racier. It proved to be pretty racy during the heats, and then I think it got burned off a little too much during the warm-up, so it was pretty much going to turn into whoever makes the mistake first, and you had to sit there and try to wait, and it didn't really help me a whole lot being stuck in the bottom and going into the first lap, so I dropped back to fourth there, and then I knew I was fast, and I knew I was able to compete and try to see if I could pass Tyler or Ernie. But with not even being able to get by Tyler for a while, it was pretty much useless being fast. And then I just had to wait until either Tyler gets by Ernie or if I can get by Tyler with a mistake. Well, they both made a mistake when I two, and I knew I was going to be the only option I had, and I knew none of them had any momentum, so I went for the slider, and I knew it wasn't. I knew it was going to be slick, so I had to try to catch the cushion and not spin the tires as much to get off there, and it stuck. After Tyler gave me a charge there, and he had no run coming out of two, so I was able to get the spot. But yeah, that track was basically whoever made the mistake first. I thought I was catching Tim for a little bit there once it got to some clean air, but then it started getting really tight from out of four, and I'd try to drive straight to the wall, so I'd have to get out of it a lot there and try to make sure it doesn't go straight to the wall. But it felt pretty fast most of the race.
All right, man. Well, a great run. You come home second, picking up the $20 payday. I'm sure you got some sponsors you'd like to thank, and then we'll let you get out of here.
Yeah, I just like to thank Border Tire, you guys at various networks for helping me out. Everyone, Kinzer Sim team, Cole, Alex, they're out running the pro deal right now. Also, thanks to Play Cushion, Wicked Energy, friends, family, everyone out there watching, my dad. And that's about it.
All right. Well, congratulations on second place finish. Thanks for chatting with us, and we'll see you again soon, bud.
Yep, we'll see you.
Second place finisher, Braden Eiler. Get ready to move on here to our winner tonight. Tim Ryan, you got a copy?
Sure do, mate. How are you?
I am good, sir. I am sure you are feeling pretty good, man. You ran away with that thing. Talk to us about the track and the progression through the night of how the track changed and how you were able to pick up this victory.
It was a bit of a scrappy one, to be honest, Roger. Got in the wall a fair few times at the start, just trying to get in a groove. Be tough. But yeah, that was my second race on the track, so we lacked a bit of experience as well, which is why I was making a fair few mistakes, but lucky enough just to have clean air and getting a bit of a groove there.
Yeah, you almost got to lap traffic one time, and I got to ask, your plan for when you were on these tight little bull rings. The tiniest mistake can really get magnified when you're catching lap traffic. If they make a mistake, and it can really impact your race. Your thoughts as you were starting to catch those guys right before that caution came out?
Absolutely. I think we had a green flag run with about and the go, and I knew we'd catch the back of lap traffic. What I did, I tried to push out as fast as I can. I was doing 12-second lap times. Started that stint, and then last lap was a 14.3. Just trying not to get anywhere near the lap cars. Want to risk anything. I didn't need to, really.
Well, a great run for you. Is this your first race here with these guys?
Yeah.
So
I'm over in Australia, so I don't normally get to run here. I'm on exam break, so I should be studying, but why not jump on the sim for an hour?
Well, you come in, you pick up 40 U.S., which is, I don't know, what, about 50 or 55 Australian. I know there's a pretty good exchange rate.
Conversion rate at the moment. Yeah, good conversion rate at the moment. Yeah, $60.
Yeah, so, a great payday there. Man, just some sponsors you need to give a thank you to, and we're going to let you go study and then celebrate.
Yeah, cheers, mate. I'd like to thank everyone at Logitech G, Altus Esports. Obviously, our fantastic group of partners, Logitech G, for the awesome equipment, Astro Gaming, Motum Simulations, and Cams Australia.
All right,
I'd just like to say also thank you for broadcasting, so I'll go and watch it back, and also thanks for Brody and putting it on.
All right, man. Well, thanks for chatting with us. You get to study and keep them grades up, buddy. Hopefully we'll get to see you back a little more often.
And no worries. It was good to actually meet you in the broadcast booth and not watch them all the time. Cheers, mate.
All right, man. Tim or Ryan, your feature winner. Sorry, somebody sent me a message right in the middle of that. Picks it up here tonight at Fairbury for the Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series. Braden Allen came home second. Tyler Schell was third. That is going to do it for us tonight. Great race. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Appreciate you guys being here every single night. Don't forget, tomorrow night, Thursday Thunder. 8 Eastern. 8 Eastern for those guys. They're going to be, the broadcast should pick up right around that time. They are back here at Fairbury. And then Friday night, Dirt Sprint Car Championship Series Mega Race at Lima Land. Going to be 9 Eastern for that one. Until then, for myself, Mike Peterson, Dirt Racing Network. Thank you for tuning in. Hope to see you back tomorrow night. Everybody keep it dirty until then. Good night.